My man didn't even tell him we're doing a show.
What up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Unscripted Sports Show. I'm your host, MoneyE. I'm with my good buddies, Doug, Dutchie, Shawn, and Dave. How are you guys?
Yo.
What's up?
I'm good. How are you, Eric?
2025 NHL playoffs starts tomorrow with the Jets and St. Louis. And I think it's the Jets and St. Louis. Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the first game. It starts at 6.
Yeah. What's the
There's a
second
1
game?
hour window where people can watch that and then turn WrestleMania on.
Yeah.
And then there's only 2 games tomorrow, which is weird. I guess because the NBA playoffs start tomorrow too.
NBA, and they probably don't want to run head-to-head with WrestleMania.
They always do that. They play 4 groups, and then next week's 4 different. They alternate days, and that way, eventually, it leads up to every day is,
yeah, okay.
That's why they do only four games, because then 4 games tomorrow, and then it alternates.
It's only 2 games tomorrow.
No, I thought there was 4.
No, there's only 2 listed. It's Winnipeg and St. Louis, and then I think Dallas and Colorado is right after.
Yep. They want to go against because NBA has to have their time.
Fuck the NBA.
I think NBA's on TNT too.
The NBA can just get off of TNT.
I mean, they're gonna.
Yeah, NBA has 40 games tomorrow. But yeah, so it's going to be St. Louis and Winnipeg game 1 from Winnipeg, and then Avalanche and Dallas from Dallas. Dallas has home ice in that.
Yep.
So let's get started. Let's preview that. Oh, you want to talk about the Buffalo Sabres first? Let's do that first.
If you want, what do I have? Well, what do you guys think? How do you think the Sabres ended up this year?
They played good at the end.
Like compared to last year.
Last year it wasn't even close. This year they played good at I mean, they were out of it from like the jump, but they did a really good job playing spoiler in a lot of the games.
Yeah. That 13-game losing streak they had, that killed them.
Yeah.
That basically ended
it last night.
It's not hard to beat the Flyers.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it was because
we were tanking.
we almost lost.
We were trying to keep that top 5 pick.
That top 5 pick.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not like it's going to help much with those guys, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, this upcoming draft is not very strong. I keep saying if you have obviously the top 3, you keep that pick, but anything after that, I wouldn't be shocked if you see awkward trades.
Yeah, next year is the one that
it's unlikely. I think the Sabres.
You want the number 1 pick next year.
It would be great if the Sabres got the number 1 pick, but I don't. I think they right now can land with the lottery anywhere between 4 and 11.
I think
maybe, and that's just because the lottery is far. I can curse on this show.
11, watch them get like 13.
Oh, it probably will happen. They'll probably get like 13.
We get dogged a lot.
But like, I don't think compared to last season, I think a bunch of not new players, but a bunch of players definitely improved. Paterka being one of them. Like he had a hell of a season. And he is also up for a contract this year. So
My
hopefully,
bold prediction is the Bruins get number 1 pick.
honestly, you're probably not wrong.
Because you
Them
know
or
they went
somehow the Rangers again. But I do have this video. It's from it's Lindy Ruff's press conference. I'll pause it every.
I was gonna say, do you need me to stop sharing my screen so you could share it on?
Eric has to be like just click on mine when I present it to it.
Oh,
It
Yeah, I
should
can put it into the
he
stage.
can alternate it. So hopefully, I got to remember if I do entire screen. Yes, share the audio.
I just put it into the stage as they call it.
Okay, this is saying you're sharing everything you hear, including their voice. So your voices will be possibly heard on here. If so, wait till I pause it to talk. In a sense, and let me know if you can hear it too. You guys ready?
yeah.
Yep.
Can we ask you about your 900th? Does it mean something now if there are no more games to concentrate on?
It's a number for sure. It just means
Good. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Coached a lot of hockey games. Had a lot of good players, and a lot of good coaches from management down that have put a lot of trust in me. So, it isn't about me; it's about the teams I've had and the people around me.
You wanted to finish this season with a win. How do you balance that with just the way that the game went after, sort of the middle of the second period?
Well, when you're playing in a game that I call these a union game, there's really not much hitting. The pucks are going everywhere. You saw the number of breakaways. I mean, I think Krebs had 4 breakaways in the game, and they're not easy games to play or players have players motivated. But we talked about coming out and playing winning hockey and just being a good pro, trying to do the right thing. And I thought we got away from it a little bit in the second period, but got in that early goal in the third. But I thought we came back and played a pretty strong third period.
James Reimer's.
Okay, so there he was talking. I think he was mainly talking about Peyton Krebs. And there was a lot of hate on him. Well, I don't really like him either, but I think there was a lot of hate going on him for the last 2 seasons of like his development. Because he only produces I think he got 10 goals this year. I think he was almost like 8 or 9 last year. He's not and he was supposed to be like a top end prospect when we traded for him, or when we got him in the trade for Eichel from Las Vegas. And then the upcoming part is about James Reimer, the goalie. So, but there's a part in here where he a reporter kind of asks him a disrespectful question, and he kind of just shuts him down in the most we're sick of you guys talking shit about us type of way. But he does it so calmly. I loved it. So
Says he has a decision.
I think that's at
He
the
doesn't know
3-minute
what he's
mark.
going to do. If this were to be his last season, is it nice to see him go out the way he did, play the kind of hockey he did?
He played great hockey. I have nothing but admiration for the year he had. I mean, to get picked up, to end up in Anaheim, to come back, to be a big part of putting together a nice run for us. He gave our club a lot of confidence. I don't think I've ever seen him have a bad day, and even scary moment there tonight for him, which right back in the net. So,
Did you guys watch last night?
No,
The game last night.
So
So what he
very
scary
little.
moment.
so what he's talking about there, I think it was in the third period. There was Reimer made a save, but there was kind of a pile up in front of the net, and a Flyers player tripped right in front of him, and his skate came up and hit Reimer right here on the neck. And the way he acted, it's he got cut bad, but it ended up literally being he scratched by a nail, and then he had but everybody panicked because that's happened twice already in Buffalo, one being our goalie and then another one to a Florida Panther player a couple years, like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So like that was like it's like the curse of Buffalo apparently. But he got real lucky. Just got like literally looked like a cat scratched him in the neck.
You got to give Rhymes. He's a consummate pro, and every day was there, whether it was practice, whether it was game day. The reason he's still playing at his age is he's taking care of himself. I mean, you look at his career stats; pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. So, you got to give him a lot of credit.
This morning, and he seems to have reached another level. But just what was going on with him tonight? Just obviously it was a loose game, but I mean, they have four.
I'm going to try to find the part where they're not talking about the goalie anymore.
Up this morning, if you can just take this morning's notes so I don't have to do it again.
There we go.
But I mean, they have four. He seems to have reached another level. But just
Okay, maybe it was the same question. My bad. I just watched this.
I mean, they have 4 breakaways in the game. It's pretty notable.
It pretty well summed it up this morning. If you can just take this morning's notes so I don't have to do it again. Tonight's specific was he put himself in the right position. He outraced a couple of people. He got himself in the right position. There was, I think, the small battles he won in a lot of places led to big opportunities. So it was like I said, he's, whether it's penalty killing face off or whether it's, the late draw 5-on-6 or whatever it is, there's not a task that he's not up for.
So the next couple of days are more about the future and where things go from here. But what do you tell your team as the season comes to an end tonight after you guys finish your game?
That discussion will be probably mostly tomorrow because the team was still on the ice there for a long period of time. That we didn't get where we wanted to go. That's the statement. We're not where we wanted to be. That stretch of games, that we went through pretty well killed us for the year. And it's like I said, I take full responsibility for where we're at and how long it took us to get out of there. And I don't offer up any excuses except it can't happen again. And I think we've used that kind of as the low part to start building for the rest of the year. And then for a period of time, almost fought our way back into position. But the hole was too big.
Kind of game that brings out the best of Ryan McLeod, just the open back and forth with the speed.
I'm not really going to judge. You watch the game. It's a hard game to evaluate in anybody, really. They're cheating and they're giving us rush opportunities, and so you go down the ice and you miss a great opportunity because you're getting a great opportunity. Now you miss the net or off the goalie, and they got guys behind you, and now all of a sudden you're facing another rush opportunity. It's not a game you want to evaluate. Is it good for somebody or, you would probably say it was good for Krebs. He got 4 breakaways somehow.
That's probably where I'll end it because the rest of it's just nonchalantly BS. Not important stuff, I should say. But that last part with that guy asking about Ryan McLeod, I know it doesn't sound like it's disrespectful, but he's trying to get Lindy to hate on the player in a sense, in my opinion. Because he's also up for a contract, and I mean I thought he had a good year. I think he almost had 20 goals. But
how old is he?
I think 25. He's not very old. 25 or 26 or something like that. Maybe a little older. I know he's not in his pushing 30. But it's Ryan McLeod, Byram. Who else is up? Tuck is up next year. They have a Peterka, Levi, and there's someone else. There's another player that was up, but I can't remember. No, it was okay. It's Ryan McLeod, like I said. But I mean, I'd pay them all. I don't know if they have the money to pay them all, but I'd pay them all. So in all, I think they definitely progressed from last season.
That's always good. How long has this Lindy been there?
This was his first year back, Lindy. Oh, he
I
also
remember
got
him being a head coach
900th
before.
win. Yeah, last night was his 900th win as a head coach.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah, we had Lindy back in the day.
Lindy was the head coach of the Sabres from 97?
97 or 98.
It was, either 97, 98 to 2014.
Wow. I didn't even know he was still coaching.
Yeah. Or no, 2013 maybe?
Okay.
That sounds about right.
Did he get fired last time or did he retire?
He got fired. And then he went to Dallas for 6 years, I think. And then he went into New Jersey for the last couple years. And then got fired mid-season last year because their team was garbage. And the only reason their team was garbage is because they don't have a goal. Like, their goalie was absolute garbage.
Where
and
was
of
he
course, he was in New Jersey.
Okay.
New Jersey in the beginning of the year had just trash goalies. They were playing AHL backups.
And then New Jersey's back in the playoffs this year.
Yeah. But that was about it. I just thought, he kind of, I don't know, I respect it for him taking credit for that losing streak, but I don't know. It's hard for me because everybody hates the GM and then hates on the coach. But in reality, it's the players on the ice that should be responsible for winning and losing.
Right. Well, yeah,
the coach can tell them what to do, but if the player's not going to do it, then...
Yeah, but it's also your GM's fault for getting the players that you have on that ice.
Agreed, but it's
so if you got trash out there,
how are you going to hate on a guy because
because he doesn't want to pay? Hate on him because he doesn't want to pay?
He just paid dudes like he paid Thompson, Cousins.
About time.
About
time.
Who's the defenseman? There was a defenseman he paid, Samuelson. They're all making like 7.2 for 7 years. Obviously, he traded Cousins for Josh Norris, who got hurt, which I hope they just trade him away at the draft for.
Yeah, a bum.
Not even a bum. I'd call Anaheim. I'd call Anaheim and be like, okay, here's Josh Norris and a 3rd-round draft pick. Give me Trevor Zegras.
Norris is a bum.
And I would be like, okay. But no, it's like, yeah, the GM can. I mean, you got to blame them for a lot of stuff, but they're not going to.
I blame him for Reinhardt. I blame him
that wasn't him.
I blame him for Eichel. I blame him for a lot of things, bro.
I think the Eichel thing was a ploy on Eichel's part to get traded.
Yeah, because he didn't want to be in shit Buffalo.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Like, and that might have not even been the GM. That could have been Terry.
I'm just saying, all these Sabres players go to other teams and they start doing well.
Well, look at the players Reinhardt has around him. He has Barkov. He has Kachuk. These are like top tier players that they stole from other teams. So it's like all-stars playing with all-stars in a sense.
Well,
I would have preferred to keep my all-star.
But look at Washington, Ovechkin. Who else is that team? They don't have a top, like Eichel and Stone and you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
That's and it's bad because those players, a lot of the players at that caliber have the no movement trait, like movement clauses and modified contracts and stuff, which prevent them from getting traded to bottom tier teams, which is smart on their part. But it's like you're never going to get a team like the Sabres or even like San Jose, who's just strictly building their team through first round, second round picks in the draft because nobody wants to go there. And they can't trade for them
It
because
doesn't help when you get rid of those people, though, too.
well, it also doesn't help when they're asking for more money than your salary cap allows you to pay them.
Oh, get rid of
And then
somebody else.
they go to, what was it? It's like ever since Mark Stone got traded to Vegas and he got hurt for the season and they put him on long-term IR, which took his like $9 million salary cap to zero on their hit. And then they were able to make trades to get like, who was it that year? They got Carlson and all these other like top tier as in high level payment and contracts. You know what I'm saying? And then when playoffs hit, the salary cap don't mean shit. So that's when they bring back Stone, who's making $9 million, and they add another all-star pretty much. It's literally like this weird cycle that if your team's good enough to get to the playoff, it's smart. But it's also like, in a sense, kind of cheating. You know what I mean? Because you can do that with Eichel. Say this magically happened. I know it would never happen. Eichel goes on long-term IR. His $10 million comes off the cap. They use that $10 million and plus another asset to trade for Nathan McKinnon.
Yep.
Keep Eichel out.
Crazy.
Because, that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't have to be Nathan McKinnon,
a couple years ago.
But you can do that. And you can do that after the trade deadline, and there's 18 games where you won't have Eichel, and you're probably already solidified in the playoffs. So you do that. You bring in Nathan McKinnon, which you're probably getting rid of like 4 first-round draft picks for the guy, but who wouldn't say yes to Nathan McKinnon?
Exactly.
Getting rid of something to add into the contract so you can it can be a bottom tier $3 million, $4 million player. Take that, get Nathan McKinnon. His salary cap's roughly the same as Eichel's, which fills out the salary cap. Playoffs come, that's null and void. Eichel comes back, and then you got this amazing tandem.
Yep, Tampa Bay did that a couple years ago, and that's how they won two in a row.
Yeah, they did that with Stamkos and Hedman. It was always Stamkos that magically got hurt and made his return for the playoffs and just killed it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, I really don't think that, like, if you can't be cap compliant for the playoffs, you shouldn't be playoff eligible.
Yeah. It's kind of,
or you can't play the player that's contract puts you over, which no team would be able to do, because if you're trying to make up $10 million, you're dumping 4 guys potentially off your lineup.
Or that one $10 million.
Or that one $10 million all-star. But the problem with that, like, what I'm trying to get is like, you know, those lower-end teams like that get such a bad rep, no one wants to play with them. You're trying to be lucky, like the Sabres are with Zucker or other veterans that they somehow bring in to have a great season and then try to recruit people to come in. But it's really hard with the, you know, all the media speculation of how bad Buffalo is. You know what I'm saying?
Buffalo does.
It's weird. It's like, that's why you just see it. It's like, but it might just be me. But like, I'm not trying to defend Adams, but they're also not going to show trades that he tried to do and got said no to.
They should after the season.
I think they should too. Honestly, that'd be dope. These are
like, hey,
we attempted to make this trade. It was denied.
Yeah. Like, yeah, show me proof that you were trying. Yeah. Like,
Exactly.
why not? After the season's done, like, what's it hurt? It's not like it's going to hurt.
Yeah, do it during the season. Screw it.
Yeah.
Or at the trade deadline, if there's trades like, oh, the Buffalo Sabres offered Calgary this second-round pick and this player for this player. We'll see how that develops. And then later in the show, if it got accepted, they can say it got accepted. Oh, the Calgary Flames denied or said no. I think that'd be amazing.
Right.
And then you might not see so much hate against any of these lower end GMs that apparently don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. Little clarity.
So that's just how I feel about it. Like, I know there's a lot more to it, but they're never going to show you the whole thing. And I just hate that nobody talks about the players being a problem.
Oh yeah, they're definitely terrible.
But it's like,
You got a couple. You got a couple
like,
that play hard, but then you
yeah,
got a couple that are just like,
dude, the Sabres
it's
next
like, what
year,
are you
I would
doing?
expect Kulik to have a huge year because he had a good rookie year at 20 goals. Turka, if they could re-sign him for like $7 million for 7 years, or six for 5 or something, you know. Unless you try, you're not going to bridge deal him. He won't accept the bridge deal. You know, Byram's iffy depending on how much he wants, and if he doesn't really like it, I try to dump him for an asset at the draft. Try to find a team that he will sign with, and then do it like a sign and trade type of thing.
Flyers.
Nah. You guys got a good team. You just have crap goaltending.
Yeah, that's always been our problem with the Flyers. Is goaltending.
And that's another thing with the Sabres. Like, do they re-sign Levi, or they try to dump him because you already signed Lukin into a 5-year contract, but then you might bring back James Reimer, and what are you going to do with Levi, who is the top goalie in the AHL, but always comes up and gets shit on because there was no defense. But all in all, I would say the Sabres improved and disappointed. Disappointingly improved is what I should say.
Yeah, I mean, at least they weren't the worst team in the league. That goes to San Jose.
San Jose,
Yep.
yeah.
San Jose and Chicago again.
Yeah.
And
that's your other team, right, Doug? San Jose?
San Jose, yeah.
What is the top bottom teams are San Jose, Chicago.
Then Nashville, because they had
Then Nashville would be probably top 5. Anaheim 4.
Philadelphia 5.
Philadelphia 5. Anaheim 3.
I think 4.
I don't know. All right, that's my speculation. I'm ready to.
Okay, let's get to it. Let's talk about the St. Louis Winnipeg series. The first game.
Damn,
First series.
that took 27 minutes. That felt like I was talking for an hour.
The first series of the playoffs start tomorrow, as we said, 6:00 p.m. Winnipeg time. That's going to be a good series. From one reading, Winnipeg took 3 out of 4 in the regular season. They met in the first round in 2019. St. Louis, which St. Louis won 6 games, so they've met in the playoffs before. So,
by the way, Winnipeg is the winner of the President's Cup trophy, and historically, the President's Cup trophy winners have not done well.
Yeah, it's a bad omen.
This is a series I think comes down to, can Hellebuck be better than can Binghamton be better than Hellebuck?
Yep.
But
I picked Winnipeg to win this one.
I got, well, depending on what bracket we're looking at of mine, I do think St. Louis is going to win this series.
I think the Jets are going to take this one. I think they're going to take it in 6.
I think Jets in 6 too.
I think St. Louis in 7.
Picking Winnipeg at 6.
So 3 Winnipeg and 1 St. Louis.
Right.
Next one. Let's go to the East. The battle of
all right.
Canada.
So are we not sharing our bracket, or?
Oh, we can. I'm going to do that after.
I was just going to say, because I went through all the trouble of getting it on there, so you wouldn't, because this is the format you wanted to do. If we're just predicting who's going to win each series, I'm logging out of my bracket.
Oh, okay. No, I'm still gonna share my bracket late after.
All right, so we're still sharing the brackets.
Yeah,
All right.
because we're gonna reveal the other.
I got so many of them to share. So technically, like, even though I say that St. Louis is going to win it the one time, I have Winnipeg winning it and some of the others.
You have how many different cup winners do you have?
Well, I did 26 brackets.
God dang.
Well, it was only going to because I'm in 26 different. I'm in 26 different bracket leagues. Well, actually, only in 25. I only did the 26th one because you guys couldn't figure out how to fill out a bracket.
I'm filling out the one for yours right now. Pretty sure.
So
Yeah, it's actually bracket
this one
challenge.
starts Sunday. So we're looking at Ottawa and Toronto now. Ottawa and Toronto, two teams that hate each other. This is
Ottawa's first times in the playoffs since 2016, 2017.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and they're about to get
And this is the
swept
big
right out
series.
of the playoffs.
Toronto is known for choking in the playoffs, as we all know. Besides
Not
last
this year.
Also
No,
have a
2023.
Oh, 2023 they didn't choke. Okay.
Yeah, they won one series, but they've won one playoff series in the last 20
Yeah,
years.
yeah. They won their first series last year and then got smacked out of it in the second round.
Yeah, well, they're about to smack Ottawa out the first round.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
So.
Depending on what bracket I'm looking at, I kind of agree with Shawn.
And here's my reason: if Allmark can become hot, like get hot, I don't think Toronto will beat them. And Toronto's goaltending is weak as hell. And Ottawa's going to come in fired up because they're finally back in the playoffs, just like Montreal.
Yep, and they're the underdog, and everybody's picking Toronto.
And by the way, going back to the whole underdog thing,
They get one win, maybe.
Going back to the whole underdog thing with Ottawa, I mean, when they kind of, wonder a month ago, they were on the outside looking in because the way it was
Columbus.
It was Columbus and the Rangers had the spot. Montreal and Ottawa were on the outside looking in. The Rangers went on a 5 or 6 game losing streak. Ottawa went on a 5 or 6 game winning streak. And they won enough games. They went on enough of a roll to where they not only got the number 8 spot, but they climbed all the way to the number 6.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm going to say
So they're not, even though Dave is saying, oh, they're going to get smoked by Toronto. I don't think so. They have a lot of momentum. St. Louis has a lot of momentum. Montreal has a lot of momentum.
Momentum comes to a stop at some point. And I think Toronto's going to be their momentum stopper.
I think Toronto's going to go in there too cocky. They might win game 1 and 2, but I don't think.
If Toronto wins game 1 and 2, dude, I mean, Ottawa might pull out one at home, but I don't see him pulling it. I don't see him taking it I don't see it going to 7 at all.
I'm going to. Traditionally, I think the underdogs have always stole game 1. I'm going to say Ottawa steals game 1.
They got to try to prove a point.
Yeah, I think the Leafs. I think Ottawa's going to put Leafs fans on edge by winning game 1, and then it's going to put the pressure on Toronto to win game 2. You do not want to go back down to Ottawa down 2-0.
Fair enough.
So who do we?
I just really don't like Ottawa, to be fair.
Oh, either do I, but I hate Toronto just a bit.
I don't like Ottawa either, but I think because everybody's looking at them like, oh, they don't stand a chance.
Yep.
I think that's going to give them enough motivation to be like, hey, we haven't been in the playoffs in 8 years. We're back, and we're going to, they're at least going to get past the first. I think they're going to get past Toronto. And I think it's going to go about 6. Well, depending on what bracket I'm looking at.
What do you guys say? I say Ottawa in 7.
I picked Ottawa in 7.
Dave?
I got Toronto in 5.
Let's see. That series. Let's go to Vegas and Minnesota.
Vegas in 5.
First time they meet.
So this is another one I have because I kind of split because I did so many brackets. So in the leagues in the brackets that I have Vegas winning, I have them winning in 4. In the brackets that I have Minnesota winning, I have them winning in 7.
No. It's going to be a good series. I think Minnesota is obviously the underdog.
Shawn, you said Toronto's goalies are weak, but looking at them, their 1 and 2 goalies both have over a 90% save percentage on the season.
How many games they play?
Games played 42 and 34.
And they have over a 0.90?
Yep, one is 0.90, the other one is 0.92.
You do know, like, as in real life, that's not that great. What's their goals against?
It's like 2, and the other one's like 2.7.
So
Which
roughly
terrible.
3 to 4 goals a game.
Oh wow!
No, it's 2 to 3. 2 to 3.
If it was the way that metric works, though, Dave, is you're going 1.5. You're letting in 2 goals on average, technically, and then you'll have a stint where you have like either a shutout 3 games from now or like a 1-goal game, and then they'll put it at the like 1.5 on average.
Oh, okay.
But in reality, you're getting like
it's still like 2 to 3 though. It's between 2 to 3. That's on
Yeah.
end of the season. So, I mean, 2 to 3 goals a game. That's not terrible. You can win on that.
They're correct.
2 goals. You can win on that, bro.
They're lucky they just have good offensive power.
Oh yeah,
Like Matthews, Marner, and Nylander. And Nice.
Tavares. They got Tavares too.
Yep. They're another team that did that playoff crap with Tavares last year.
Domi. They got Max Domi, right? Yeah. Right. They're the ones that have.
So. I think I think so. They traded him. He was on Montreal. Or am I wrong?
They just have a pretty, like, to me, they just have a really good team.
They have a solid up front team, but
I just see it hard to beat that, dude.
Well, I think what happens is the egos of Nylander and Marner get conflicted.
They get cooking, bro. They get cooking. It's over.
They get conflicted. I think they can contradict themselves. Honestly.
So,
like, they just started.
Minnesota. Vegas won all 3 games in the regular season.
Screw Vegas.
2021 first round.
Vegas is the cheating team.
After being up 3-1. So,
Vegas.
I have them in 5. I have them in
Vegas
5.
Is, obviously the favorite.
I would love it if Minnesota swept them. That would be hilarious. But I have Vegas in 5.
Yeah, Vegas in 5.
Again, depending on what bracket that I'm looking at, because I have so many of them filled out. And some of them I have Minnesota winning. Like I said, the ones that I have Minnesota winning, I have them winning in 7. The ones I have Vegas winning, I have Vegas winning in like 4 or 5.
I'm gonna say Vegas in 6.
I think it's going to be an interesting series. Obviously, Vegas is one of the favorites to win the Stanley Cup. Are they the favorite? I have to check those odds.
The Achilles heel on Vegas.
Is
I think
Yeah,
they
I'm
are the
sorry.
favorite to win.
Sorry, I was joking. Sometimes they just, I don't know what's the word, snake bitten. They get snake bitten a lot. Like they go
Vegas?
into a game that they're like, oh, they should smoke these guys, and then they just can't get anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
I
that
think
happens
this-
to quite a few teams, but I mean,
Yeah, but some more than others.
sometimes you got to break
I
that
think it's
curse,
one of the
right?
most intriguing series.
Yeah, that one's going to be probably the one with the most goals being scored by one team.
I think that's probably going to be the most fun series if you like goals. On to the Battle of Florida. These two teams hate each other too. The last two, what is it? 3 of the last 4 Stanley Cup champions, because Tampa Bay won 2 and then Florida won. Was there somebody in between?
Vegas.
Yeah, Colorado won one, didn't they?
It was
Yeah.
Tampa, Colorado, Vegas, Florida.
So
Or it was Washington.
3 of the last 5. They won 3 of the last 5 combined. These two teams seem like they meet each other in the playoffs all the time. Don't they?
Hold on, I got it. It was Florida, Vegas, Colorado, Tampa, St. Louis, Washington.
Okay. These two, right? Would you say this is one of the top 3 rivals in NHL right now?
Probably.
I would have to say so. Playoff
Considering
time, yes. Normal
both in the
season, I
last
don't think so.
Last 5 years. So, oh wow, this series doesn't start until Tuesday. Wow.
Yep.
That's
2
late.
games every night.
Well, there's 3 games on Sunday.
Yeah, and then I'm sure they'll switch it to 3 games Saturday, 2 games Sunday.
Yeah. Wow, this is probably one of the latest series that starts later. There's going to be a few game 2s on Tuesday.
Oh no! Did you see the first time Vegas's time slot? I think they're 10:30 our time.
11 o'clock.
11. Jesus, fuck! I ain't staying up.
That's like Sunday or Monday. I actually think it's on Monday too.
Yeah,
that's
no,
it. That's 8
I'll
o'clock
wait.
Vegas time.
You know why, right?
I'll wait till the highlights.
WWE's still in town. WWE is still in Vegas on Monday. So they probably have to wait until Raw's over so they can get a crowd over there.
Yeah,
And you have to
true.
clear everything out and put the ice on and
Yeah, because they're going to be at T-Mobile.
yep.
So whoever scheduled that's not a genius.
Nope. Someone's
Let me see that
getting
again.
fired.
Do they start Monday? No, they start Sunday though.
Oh, it's Sunday? Well, it's still 11 o'clock at night.
10 o'clock and then 11 o'clock on Tuesday.
All right, so that makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Raw will be in their arena.
So
Yeah, so they can't do it on Monday.
Yeah, so someone's
so
not
the strip
getting
is going to be
fucking
so packed because you got WrestleMania and then you got Vegas versus Minnesota game 1.
Oh yeah, they're making money now.
Yeah. So Vegas time that starts at 7. And no. So WrestleMania might be over by the time game 1 starts. If you think about it, Vegas.
No, because they're supposed to run 4 hours.
Okay. So they'll run until 8 o'clock. Okay. 8 o'clock local time, that is. So we were talking about Florida and Tampa Bay. Let's see.
Yeah. Again, that's another one where it depends on what bracket that I'm looking at. I can't actually give an actual prediction because I gave so many. I went different ways in different brackets.
No, that's fair. I would have done the same thing. I do that for March Madness.
I'm gonna go Tampa Bay in 6.
I got Florida in 6. Defending
Tampa Bay in
champions stay
6.
alive.
I think Tampa beats them in 6.
Let's see. Next series is Dallas and Colorado. The funny part about this, my preseason pick, I had Dallas winning the Stanley Cup. In my second half pick, I picked Colorado to win the Stanley Cup. So
I have Colorado beating Dallas in 7.
I'm going to stick with my preseason pick. I'm going to go with Colorado in 7. Say you guys.
I'm going with Colorado as well, and I'm giving it to them at 6.
Any thoughts on the series, Doug?
I mean, again, I can't. I can reveal in some of them who I picked when I reveal my brackets, but other than that, like, because again, some of them.
I was just asking if you have any thoughts on.
I mean, Colorado. The last couple of years, it feels like it takes them several years to get good. Like they were bad for so long, then they won the Stanley Cup, and then they were bad again, but then they were okay. If you claw me, you stupid bitch, I'm gonna slap you. And it feels like that they're just so off. And Dallas, it always feels like they're a first round elimination.
Yeah, they're like Toronto of the West.
So it's gonna be more along the lines of, all right, who's going to just get eliminated in the second round?
Yeah.
Although I probably am going to contradict myself when I reveal some of my brackets.
That's what I probably will too. Maybe.
Oh, I put money on it.
Montreal and Washington. How long has it been since Montreal been in the playoffs?
COVID year.
Okay.
Yeah, because they lost to Colorado, didn't they?
They lost to Vegas.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. They went to the Stanley Cup. I forgot that. This is going to be an interesting series because you got Ovechkin. Did he ever get to 900?
No, he got like 997 or something like that.
897.
897.
So the funny thing is that, and I heard a few analysts talking about this the other night when Montreal was playing Carolina in a game that meant nothing to Carolina, and they were kind of just there. Montreal was the hotter team because Montreal, I think of their last 10, they're like 7-3-1 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they were hot. And after Ovechkin broke the record, like even in when Ovechkin broke the record, Washington really was not doing that well.
No, everybody overlooked that because everybody was focused on the.
Washington has bad goalies.
They did enough to get Ovechkin or to, kind of give themselves that cushion to where they could be the number one seed in the Eastern Conference. But all they really focused on was getting Ovechkin that record.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a couple of chances. I mean, Columbus was this close to getting to the playoffs, and they beat Washington back-to-back.
Yeah, they needed Montreal to lose.
Yeah. And obviously that didn't happen because Montreal is the hotter team. So the way you got to look at this series is, and again, I kind of equated to what I said with Vegas and Minnesota, if Montreal can get this thing to go past 4 games, then I think they're going to beat Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah, their speed is something killer. But if Lindgren, or I don't know if Lindgren's going to be the starter. I think he's better than Thompson for Washington's goaltending. They need to start, I think, Lindgren over Thompson to have a better chance. Speed is not like Thompson against the speed is not good. His reaction time's too slow. But then if Montembeault, the goalie for Montreal, gets on a roll, there's no stopping him either. So I picked Montreal in 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Washington in 7.
I'm going Washington in 6.
Again, no comment until I reveal my brackets.
Fair enough. Let's see. What did we miss? Oh, Edmonton
The other
and
game
LA.
we haven't covered yet.
Edmonton, LA, and then New Jersey and Carolina. Edmonton and LA.
Edmonton came so close last year that it feels like that they're kind of, and I know Shawn made fun of me for picking or for having an Edmonton go in the bracket that I was just filling out just to show you guys what to do. Because the only buttons you guys know how to push are mine and Eric's.
You know it.
So, like with Edmonton, it just feels like this is another one of those series like Dallas and Colorado where it's just like they're just playing to get eliminated in the next round.
Probably.
I think LA is going to beat them.
I don't think so.
I got Edmonton.
I
think this could be Edmonton's year.
I have LA in 6.
Edmonton in 7.
I got Edmonton in 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm going a little ballsy here, but I think they'll get it done quick and easy.
And Doug, you'll save your thoughts for
the
bracket.
Yeah.
One more, and then we'll do our bracket review.
Okay.
Our full one. Even though
All
we
right.
talked about
So,
the first one.
all right. So now Carolina and the Devils. This is funny because this series has been official for a week.
Yeah. And neither team played hard the last couple of games.
Carolina
Carolina
just showed up against Montreal because they were contractually obligated to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going
They
with the Devils.
were auditioning fans, being like, "Hey, do you want to suit up and play as us tonight? Because we really have nothing to play for, and we want to rest our guys." I think I saw 80-year-old grandmas with hockey sticks in hand, dressed up as the Carolina Hurricanes.
Yeah. I don't like the Devils, never did. So I'm gonna go Carolina in 5.
I have Carolina in 5.
Whoever wins this is going to win it in either 4 or 5. I'll say that much because that's how I have.
I got the Devils in 5. I think they pull it off, and I really do not like Carolina.
I could care less about either team.
Me neither, but I prefer the Devils over Carolina.
Now to the brackets. I'll let you go first, Doug.
All right.
Let me.
Okay. So I'll go through first, and I'll talk about the brackets that I've already assigned, because a few of them I did assign already. So see if I can get to the. Oh, here we go. All right. So we'll go. Let's see. All right. So bracket number 1. All right. So here's the first bracket that I did. Let's see if it'll let me. Nope, not. It won't let me show it. Oh, hold on. I think I know what I gotta do. All right, brackets. I think I would have figured this the fuck out before we went on air. All right. So we'll go here. All right. So this is the first bracket that I did, and I already assigned it. So I have St. Louis winning. It doesn't necessarily say how far I have them going. But then I have St. Louis winning. I have Colorado winning. I have Vegas winning. And then it's not letting me go. Oh, I got to go on my phone here. Because, I have Vegas winning. And then I have, let's go all the way now. Okay. So, all right. So in this bracket number 1, I have St. Louis winning, then Colorado, then Vegas, and then Edmonton. On the other side, I have Toronto, Florida, Washington, and Carolina. Then, as you can see, I have St. Louis and Vegas advancing to the conference final, and I have Toronto and Washington advancing to the Eastern Conference final, with St. Louis and Washington. And then I believe my Cup, the Cup champions I have are Washington. So that's in my first one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then which one did I do here? So then we'll go to the next one, and that one I already signed to a league. And then I have in this second one, which I already assigned it to the Vegas Golden Knights bracket league, which it has like several thousand fucking people in there.
Is that the one that had the most?
No, I think the one that actually has the most is Dallas.
Oh, wow.
So the way I have this one is I have St. Louis beating Winnipeg, Dallas beating Colorado. I have Minnesota taking out Vegas. I have the Kings beating Edmonton. I have Ottawa beating Toronto, which I'm sure Dave is puking right now. Florida beating Tampa. I have the Canadians beating the Capitals. I have Carolina beating New Jersey. Ottawa over Florida. Carolina over Montreal. Dallas over St. Louis. The Kings over the Wild. Then Dallas beating the Kings in the conference in the Western final. Ottawa beating Carolina in the Eastern final. And the Stanley Cup final with Dallas beating Ottawa. And that's entered in the Vegas bracket. Or in the Vegas bracket league. So now we'll go. So those two brackets I already have assigned. And then The next one I have assigned because I think I assigned a few of them already because I didn't feel like assigning all of them on air because I wanted to get to. I wanted to just do some of them already.
Yeah.
And then.
Okay.
All right. So then in the Oilers bracket challenge. By the way, all the playoff teams except for the Kings have a bracket league. So, all right. So in the Oilers bracket league, I have, let's see, Winnipeg over St. Louis, Colorado over Dallas, Vegas beating Minnesota, the Kings winning, then Toronto, Tampa, Canadiens, Devils, Lightning and Canadiens in the Eastern Final, Colorado, Vegas in the Western Final, and I have Vegas and Montreal in the Stanley Cup Final for that particular bracket. So I kind of differentiated a little bit because I wanted to, just kind of be different because I want to make sure I give myself enough chances to actually win something because I did so horrible in the March Madness bracket that I'm trying to redeem myself.
Want to give you a chance. Want to give you a chance. Self a chance to get at least a couple prizes.
That's what I would like to do. Yeah.
That's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fill out the other brackets later. I'll have mine.
Yeah.
You want to go next, Shawn? I'll go last.
I was gonna say somebody else go because I've already done 3. I'll assign
Yeah.
them.
I'm already shared mine. Sharing it.
All right. You unshared mine, right, Eric?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
I'm just gonna stop sharing, and then I'm gonna log out, and then I'm just gonna do the rest of these later.
All right. So I had Winnipeg over St. Louis, Colorado over Dallas, Vegas over Minnesota, the Kings over Edmonton, Carolina beats New Jersey, Montreal over Washington, Tampa over Florida, and Ottawa over Toronto. And then Colorado beating Winnipeg, Vegas beating LA, Montreal beating Carolina. Tampa, I would assume if I was right, would sweep them. In Ottawa, Tampa beats Montreal, Colorado beats LA or Vegas, and with Colorado winning at a total goals for the last series at around 46.
Nice. Dave, do you just want me to fill yours out?
Sure, because I don't know how to create it. Dude, I've been monkeying trying to find out how on this NHL.com.
Just tell me who you think's gonna win, and then
I think the Golden Knights are gonna take the championship, but I got Winnipeg Jets, Avalanche, Golden Knights,
Vegas, obviously.
Yep, Winnipeg.
No, Orioles or
Oilers. Yeah, Oilers. Sorry.
And then how many games?
The first one probably like 6.
Okay.
The Avalanche, I think, gonna take it in 5. Golden Knight, take it in 5. And Edmonton, take it in 6.
That's the East, not East. Ottawa. Toronto and Ottawa.
Toronto in 5. Tampa Bay.
Washington?
Yep. And then the Devils.
You said the Devils, right?
Yep.
Yep. I remember you said that. And then 5. How many for
Yep.
Washington?
I'm gonna say 7, 6, 7, somewhere around there.
Tampa Bay?
Tampa Bay, I think they're gonna pull it on 6. And
then
5.
you said 5 for Toronto?
Yep. Yep.
And then the second round, Winnipeg and Colorado.
I'll take Colorado winning that one.
Obviously Vegas.
Yep, Vegas.
Toronto and Tampa.
I got Toronto beating Tampa.
Okay. Washington and the Devils.
Capitals.
And who do you have in your cup finals?
Golden Knights.
Vegas, obviously.
Yep. And the Capitals.
Okay. Didn't they meet a couple years ago?
Yeah, that was Washington's Cup win in 2017 or 18.
Okay, that's what I thought. And who do you have? Vegas?
Yes, sir.
So in the bracket that I set up, that we're all in, well, everybody except for Eric, because for some reason his phone's not letting him join. In the bracket that I set up, my Stanley Cup final is the Wild and the Hurricanes, and I have the Wild winning the Cup. So since there's no prize involved, I figured I'd put out the shitty one.
Now I'm going to do mine. So I have Winnipeg. You can see mine, right, guys?
Yep.
Yep.
Colorado.
I'm always looking at yours, but that's a different story for a different time.
Big.
I could talk
Very
dirty
funny,
because
Doug.
we're not on the cartoon show.
Orioles. Oilers. I don't know why we say Orioles.
Because you're a big baseball fan?
Yeah. It's just a baseball fan in me.
Yankees, the best baseball team in history.
So I have Winnipeg in 7. Did I say 7? I don't even know. I'm going to contradict myself because I forgot what I said before.
Well, it was
Colorado
20
in
minutes
7.
ago.
Vegas in 5. And Edmonton in 6. I have Ottawa.
I hope all Shawn's guesses were wrong.
Wow.
It's very nice.
Washington.
It's
Carolina.
funny.
I hope your CPU crashes.
I don't think that'll ever happen. I wasn't wishing that negative, but I hope you get shot at DayZ.
Damn. I hope that you hit a rock while riding a boat and you drown.
Winnipeg and
I know how to swim, so I want to know.
Colorado.
Not if you get knocked out.
I don't.
Fine.
Shawn,
I
do you
hope
have Colorado winning the whole thing too?
Yeah.
Dude, a whale would come out and pull me to the surface.
I hope you find a working car and then someone shoots you as you open the door.
On DayZ or in real life?
Daisy, I don't want you to die in real life. Fine. If we're talking real life, I hope you stub your big toe today.
Shawn, you got to realize I don't drive cars on DayZ.
Neither do I.
So I have Colorado in the Stanley Cup.
I'll run right by one. Who you got winning?
Washington Capitals. As much
You
as I
think they're
want
going to give it to the Caps? Okay.
as much as
I had a
want
hard
the Caps
time.
to win, I have Colorado winning the cup
Oh, you got Colorado winning? Okay.
against.
That's a good choice, too. Colorado's a really good team, man.
Yeah, they're fast.
I'm gonna say
I had a
50.
hard time picking Colorado or the Knights, man. Like on the left side
What,
to be my
what can
winner.
I submit?
I only put it in the Caps in
ahead.
there because I'm really rooting for Obi.
Wait, you actually think there's going to be 50 goals scored in the entire series?
Hold on.
In 7 games. I don't
7
see 50
games.
goals. I'd say put. Hey, I'm a good guesser, man. I'm a good guesser. Let me guess for you. Let me guess for you.
I can't submit it, but for
You
some
can't
reason, it won't let me
submit
submit it. But no,
Because you
Man,
probably
this,
already
this
submitted.
app
Fine.
hates you. this website hates you.
I know.
Dude, I
But
couldn't
yeah,
even find
so
out
I
how to
have
get-
Colorado winning the whole thing. 30 goals scored. I have Colorado winning 7. And Ovechkin retires, I guess. Do you guys think Ovechkin retires or he comes back?
If they win the
Tries to
cup,
get
I
900.
think. I don't know. He's so close to 900. I think he comes back next year, and if he breaks 900, he'll retire.
Oh, in the middle of the season? Oh no, he'll play one
No,
season.
he'll play one more season.
I feel like he's gonna play one more
But
season.
if they win the cup, if they somehow win the cup this year, I think he retires regardless.
To go out on top.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. If he wins the cup, I do think he'll retire.
I'm rooting for what? If there's one team I'm rooting for,
But,
it's Washington.
but also, if
I
you
want
win the
Ovechkin to
cup
win.
and you're an athlete, like, yeah, that means you're still on top of your game, technically. So, like, would you want to retire at that point? Wouldn't you want to prove yourself
No.
another year? You know, like. So I think he plays another year.
I mean,
Why
the dude broke his leg this year and came back and it's killing it.
Yeah, exactly. Why not? Why not play another
And he
one?
was only out 16 games with that broken leg.
Yeah,
Yeesh.
that's a champ right there.
Yeah. You guys have any final thoughts before we get out of here?
I mean,
Get ready for the Hall of Fame. I guess somewhat.
I'm not staying up for that.
Tippy
I'm not
time.
either.
If Charlotte wins, we riot.
Yeah.
Everybody you
Well, I
want to
can't
win
riot
isn't
at
gonna
Doug's
win.
house. I don't want to. Can we riot at your house, Doug?
You'd have to ask Sharon.
Depends what time it is.
Speaking of WrestleMania, earlier tonight,
that pay-per-view?
myself, Doug, and Sharon did our
Technically,
WrestleMania
yeah.
picks. So check them out if you want to know our picks. Go to that and subscribe, hit the like button, all that good stuff.
What was the name of it?
WrestleMania
Wrestling
21.
show, Dave.
Oh, okay.
It's on our Wrestling Through the Years channel. So, you want to plug anything, Doug?
Tomorrow night on the cartoon show, which already had been pre-recorded, the 4 of us are going to be back. We're going to do the battles we did were Biker Mice from Mars and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Super Mario Brothers Super Show and Rocket Power. We are going to be live next Saturday because we're going to do Simpsons and X-Men the Animated Series.
Yep, we're officially back next week.
I mean, technically, we're still putting out content. It just hasn't been live.
Yeah. And Shawn, you want to plug anything?
Nope, I got nothing.
You don't want to plug your Twitch?
I mean,
Sure,
technically, he did because he has
It's on my handle. So check me out. TCAX at Reaper, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, but nothing. I have nothing on my YouTube yet. So mainly just Twitch and TikTok.
Well, get to it, Jesus Christ!
I'm lazy. Leave me alone.
Dave, say you.
Okay, my handle for Twitch is TCAX Godsent 95.
Boo.
The fact that we all keep talking about our handles definitely means that this is not a family show.
The only thing Dave handles is James.
You're about to handle a bullet in DayZ.
Oh, I thought we were fist fighting.
Yeah, we are fist fighting, dude.
Okay.
And I'm about to uncon you like every time.
That's rude. Check us out on Twitch if we're live, if we're playing DayZ.
And I'm about to knock him out with these hands.
Come
So
raid
if you
our
want to
base.
go catch that,
Come raid our base. I'll let you in. You just got to kill Dave. You kill Dave, I let you in.
Dave doesn't die. Dave's a survivor.
If you can beat all 14 of his alt accounts scattered throughout the area,
it's
good
more
luck.
now. It's more now.
Yeah, there's like three alt accounts per square 25 feet per square foot.
I just got like 5 stationed in one spot, 5 stationed in another, 5 in another, 5 in another, and and then a couple scattered in between.
Fair enough.
And then next Friday night, we'll be doing on Wrestling Through the Years. We'll be back 6:30 Eastern Time on Wrestling Through the Years. Our boss, our fair leader, Daniel will be back, right, Doug?
I mean, that's the plan, unless he's quitting, but I'm pretty sure he's coming back.
And then it's going to be the 4 of us. If Clint comes on, then it's 4 of us. We are doing career retrospective of Junkyard Dog.
Yeah.
Junkyard Dog. Okay.
So check that out next week. I'll be back. I'll be back either Monday or Tuesday for MLB recap of the week. So depending on the day I do it. Probably Monday or Tuesday, more likely. But thanks, guys. This has been fun.
Thank you.
Caps.
Have a good one, gentlemen.
Well, it depends on what league what bracket I'm doing better in is to who I'm actually going to root for. If one of the brackets that I have wins, then that team's going to be my favorite NHL team for forever.
Besides Buffalo.
He said out of the 1 out of 20 that I made, if one of them hits, that's my team.
Yeah. I'll be wearing hats, shirts, if they make underwear, I'll wear underwear.
Get a little Stanley cup and put it on your desk.
That too. If the Ottawa Senators somehow, because I do have the Ottawa Senators winning a cup in one of the brackets, if they somehow fucking win one of the brackets and win one of the brackets for me, I'll wear an Ottawa Senators thong.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's recorded, Doug.
They're not gonna win.
No chance in hell are they gonna win.
If they won,
if it starts getting close enough to where it looks like they're gonna win, I'm gonna have to get in shape to where I could fit in a thong.
That'd be so funny to see.
Why is that going to be a short, Doug?
Oh my god, I don't want to see that. No offense, Doug. I don't want to see it.
That'd be hilarious.
So, are we all rooting against Ottawa now?
No. I still want Ottawa to win. I just don't want to see him.
You still want Ottawa to win, even though there's a threat of me.
I'll close my eyes.
Nope.
I'll black out your screen.
Yo, if you do that, I will literally
take a
screenshot and send it to you on multiple different occasions. So when you open your phone,
I'm going to record it and put it on TikTok.
Doug, you're not going to put it on live on TV?
No, even better,
right?
even better. Edit this part out. I'm going to put that video of Doug dancing in a thong on Pornhub and get thousands of dollars.
You got to give him a cut.
I'll give him $1. I'll give him $1 every. I'll give him 7.2%.
That's really low. I don't think you'd get away with that.
I don't know the numbers, man. 7 15% of $4,000, decent amount.
I think
$20.
15% is fine.
That's a rip. Nah, not worth it.
Good news is I can't. The good news is I can't find an Ottawa Senators thong on Amazon. I did find Vegas Golden Knight boxers though.
I guarantee. Dude, all you had to do is buy Ottawa boxers, cut it into a thong.
Yeah.
Hell,
Yeah.
I can ask my mom to sew you a pair.
Wait.
Get a towel, cut it into a thong.
Or
Toronto
you
moves to
just,
Stanley
or
Cup.
hey, the same way
Or-
they make shirts,
I'll
you
move
could
to
just get
Toronto.
a picture of Ottawa, like the logo, and just
Oh,
like
yeah,
press
stamp
it on
right
it.
out, press it on.
Yeah, yeah. You can make your own, bro. You could just
Yeah.
buy a regular thong.
You get a 2-pack of the Vegas Golden Knight boxers. It costs you $38.
Sheesh.
It's $19. That's $19 a pair.
Do they come with a Jack Eichel signature?
I didn't say anything.
Because that's a little expensive just for a logo, huh?
Yeah.
A little bit.
For a pair of something that only a handful of people gonna see.
Yeah. But, all right,
All right,
boys.
guys.
I'm
This
getting
has
out.
been fun.
I was gonna
There's
say
enough,
we're still
phone
doing
call.
a show.
Yeah. We're still alive.
Oh.
But
Doug, I'll
All
see
right,
you
then.
tomorrow.
All
take
right.
it easy, fellas.
Take it easy.
Later, guys.
Bye, guys. Have a good night. Stay safe.
You too. Thank you.
Yep.